Hello everyone, I'm in McAlester, Oklahoma, and I have 3 cases I'm doing in this town today. Although, we'll see if we can even film them, as I don't know if you can tell, it's already starting to rain. And I got a notice on my GPS, it said there's going to be a flash flood in effect in about a couple hours. So I will do my best, you guys, to try to film these 3 videos in this town, but it's already starting to rain. Today's video is all about the Galbraith family. Dr. Ben Galbraith murdered his wife and 3 children. This was March 17th, 1955. And so basically in this video we're going to talk about the case, of course, but we're going to walk down the road here to the house where they used to live and where they ultimately were killed by the husband. Now, the cemetery where the graves are, I believe it says they're buried in Tennessee, so I will not be able to film their graves, of course, because I'm not in Tennessee right now, but at least I can show you the house and talk to you guys about the events. The Galbraith family consisted of, again, the husband who killed everyone. His name was Ben Galbraith. Then his wife, which was Mary Catherine. I believe she went by the nickname Kitty, if I remember right. Their children's names were Sarah Ann, who was 4, Jer, who was 5, and Frank, who was 7. Now, according to the husband, Ben, after, of course, everything happened, he told police that he went on a business trip and returned home to find his wife and 3 children burned in their home, and that they had died from asphyxiation. The fire apparently started by a spontaneous combustion in a closet in the hallway, and that his wife, Kitty, had a cut on her head, and they originally thought she had just fallen down, trying to get away from the smoke and fire. And apparently there was a shirt stuffed down the throat of 5-year-old Jer, and they quoted that as he was trying to use the shirt to breathe. So already there were some kind of bizarre circumstances relating to all of them dying. About 6 days later, the husband Ben finally confessed to murdering his 3 children and his wife. He blamed it all on the fact that he had insecurity, an unhappy childhood, and a haunting fear of poverty. Now, Ben was 34 years old. He was a doctor. He was a heart specialist. So he obviously was pretty smart, pretty well-to-do, and pretty wealthy from what I've gathered. So it's interesting to hear him say that he was scared of poverty, and that was one of the reasons why he wanted to kill his whole family. It doesn't necessarily seem to add up. He gives his own details on what he did to kill his family, and it says that he attended a Oklahoma City medical meeting. That was like what he told family and friends, but instead he actually drove to a motel room and then drove back to McAlester, where we are right now, the same night. It says that he struck his wife with a vermouth bottle, which I believe is a type of alcohol. He injected her and the children with morphine and insecticide, if you can believe it. He then set several fires inside the home to try to attempt to cover up his crimes. Ben left a somewhat of a suicide note. It just says, "Despair, frustration, restlessness. All this haunts and tantalizes me. I have sudden yearnings to be alone, away from everything that moves, feels, or reacts." And then he continues by saying, "Have I sinned? I do not believe my plight is due to sin. I think it is the result of being a bad apple, a cross-brooding dog instead of a happy, friendly dog. How can the leopard change his spots? That is the question." Anyway, that is what he wrote in his letter, sort of a suicide note, if you will. Of course, Ben was arrested for the crime. or crimes I should say. He was given a double life sentence and serving his time at the Oklahoma State Penitentiary. However, he ended up actually committing suicide in prison in 1959, about 4 years after he killed his whole family. Alright guys, so slowly but surely we're coming up to the house where again the Galbraith family lived, and where Ben killed his wife and 3 children, all seemingly for kind of bizarre reasons. Again, I don't fully understand his reasoning. And again, I apologize if the camera is getting wet and you might be seeing water droplets on the camera lens, but I don't have my umbrella with me. And it always makes the street sign so tall so you can't even see what the... Anyway, if you can read that, that says South 5th Street. So this is the street where their house was on, where they were killed at. But again, the actual house itself is coming up here. It's going to be on the left-hand side of the screen here, and the address is 1306 South 5th Street. Again, this is McAlester, Oklahoma. Now, I want to give credit to a particular fan and subscriber who actually gave me some of these cases around Oklahoma. I don't know if she wants me to say her name on camera or not, but if you're watching this, you probably know who you know. If you're watching this, you probably know who you are. But anyway, so thank you very much for the suggestions for the cases. Anyway, guys, the house where it all went down at is right here, 1306 South 5th Street. And it looks like it's currently for sale, which is interesting. I wonder if the family that is moving out of here knows or knew what happened. I always wonder about that. Like, are they moving because they found out that a terrible tragedy happened here? Or maybe they're moving for some other reasons. But anyway, I guess if you're wanting to move into a house where some terrible murders happened, this is the number and this is the place that's selling it. Now, again, I'm not very knowledgeable on houses per se, but it appears like it could have been at least partially the original house from back in the 1950s. I see like a screened-in summer porch or whatever, and I know those are common in the 1950s or whatever. My grandma had one in her house from the 40s and 50s. But yeah, again, just a very sad case. Anyway, guys, again, that pretty much wraps it up. I wish I could film the graves for you, as I feel like that kind of completes each and every case if I can film the graves of whoever died. But of course, in this case, I can't drive all the way to Tennessee. That's way too far. So again, the best I could do is show you the house, talk to you guys about what happened. I don't know, it does seem kind of bizarre to me that he was a prominent heart surgeon. It sounds like he made quite a bit of money. I mean, most heart surgeons, I would assume, make pretty good money. So it's interesting that he said that one of the reasons why he killed everyone was because he was scared of being broke or going into poverty. Yes, I get that was 70 years ago when this happened, so who knows, maybe back then surgeons didn't make much money. I'm not sure, but I don't know. It just seems bizarre, like reasoning. I mean, there might be some more reasons that he just failed to mention. And again, he took it with him to his grave since he killed himself in prison. So best I can do is show you the articles that I found. Anyway guys, I'm gonna head out of here. Again, I need to get out of here before that flash flood apparently is coming, so I have to do the other couple cases in town and then get up north and get out of here. So anyway, thank you for watching guys. Again, if you're new around here, my name's Harmon, and if you enjoy my videos, just make sure you subscribe. And until next time, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.